Friends, what happened when two girls didn't study and their grandmother gave them the punishment of tickling? A punishment so terrifying that you'll find out in this video. That's why watch the video till the end. And if you're new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Friends, this is about a small town where during summer vacation, 12-year-old Lily and 10-year-old Sarah were sent to their mysterious old grandmother Eleanor's house. Her house was far away from town, up on a hill, surrounded by dense forests. Inside the house, the air was always cool, and there was a strange silence, broken only by the ticking of an old, heavy clock. Grandma Eleanor was a thin, frail old woman whose smile was rarely seen. Her eyes were strangely sharp, as if always searching for something. Lily and Sarah were given just one strict rule. Before 5 p.m., they had to sit in their room and read the books given to them. Lily, who always followed rules, opened her thick history book, but Sarah didn't like any of it. One afternoon, when the clock struck 4, Sarah whispered to Lily, "Come on, let's go down to the basement, Lily. I've heard there are old paintings and statues down there." Lily hesitated. "But we're supposed to be reading," Grandma said. "Oh, how will Grandma ever know?" Sarah said, winking. "We'll be back before 5. Lily agreed. They left their books open on the bed to make it look like they were reading. In the basement, they found nothing but dust and cobwebs. When they came back upstairs, the clock was close to 5. "Hurry up," Lily said nervously. But as soon as they reached their room, they found Grandma Eleanor standing by their bed. She was silent, her eyes fixed on the open books. Her face showed no anger, only a strange sadness. "I knew it," Grandma said in a trembling, low voice. "I knew you weren't reading. There's only one punishment for this, the punishment of tickling." Lily and Sarah looked at each other and smiled. They thought Grandma was joking. Tickling? That was no punishment. But as soon as Grandma came closer and placed her cold, bony hands on their waists, their laughter stopped almost instantly. This was no ordinary tickling. Grandma's hands moved strangely, as if searching for something beneath their skin. The sensation was so odd and unsettling, it didn't make them laugh. It filled them with fear. It was endless, suffocating tickling that made their bodies go numb. "Grandma, please stop!" Lily cried, her voice shaking. But Grandma didn't answer. Her eyes now looked completely empty. Her lips were whispering something softly, but Lily couldn't understand. The air in the room grew heavy. The old clock's ticking now sounded like a pounding heartbeat, and with each tick, it felt as though their lives were slipping away. Sarah began to cry, and Lily couldn't understand why this tickling felt so terrifying. Then Lily noticed something. Grandma's hands weren't just tickling their waists. They were tracing some kind of strange pattern, like drawing an invisible design. Suddenly, Lily's eyes fell on her open history book. On the back page, tiny, strange letters appeared, ones she had never seen before. It wasn't a language, it was a secret code. And then it struck her. This tickling wasn't a punishment at all. It was some kind of spell. Grandma was binding them, or maybe stealing something from them. A horrifying thought came to Lily's mind. This wasn't Grandma tickling them. Someone, or something, was using Grandma's body. Why were her eyes empty? Why was she whispering? Lily grabbed her sister's hand. "Sarah, read!" she screamed. Sarah looked at her, crying, but Lily kept her eyes on the history book. The strange code shone faintly, and Lily tried to memorize it. This wasn't a joke. It was an evil force trying to possess them. The tickling was only a distraction. The real danger was inside the clock, with each tick stealing their strength. Lily held Sarah's hand tightly and searched her memory. She recalled a childhood story about a witch who stole children's laughter and souls. The only way to break the curse was with the spell of words. She remembered. There was a poem in the history book about ancient civilizations and their magic. That poem might be the key. "Sarah, say it with me," Lily shouted. Sarah trembled, but Lily began reciting. "Light of knowledge, drive away the dark. Power of words, break every mark." As soon as they finished, Grandma's hands flew away from their bodies. A black shadow burst out of Grandma's body and vanished into the clock. The ticking stopped instantly. Grandma Eleanor collapsed on the floor, exhausted and pale. But her eyes were no longer empty. Slowly, she looked at Lily and Sarah and gave a faint smile. "Ah, you came," she whispered. "You saved me." The girls realized Grandma had been under the control of that dark force all along. She had brought them there so they could free her. The punishment of tickling wasn't punishment. It was a code, a way to force them to read the poem and break the curse. The next morning, when they were leaving the house, Grandma's room was empty. On the table lay an open history book with a note on top. "Thank you, my brave girls. Now I am at peace." Lily and Sarah glanced at the clock, which had stopped forever. From that day on, they never refused to read again. A few days later, they returned home. The world outside was normal, but inside they carried an unsettling silence. Grandma's house, the stopped clock, the black shadow. It all felt like a nightmare. But they knew it wasn't. They told no one about it. Their parents only thought they had a fun vacation. At first, things were fine. But soon, Lily began to feel something strange. At night, while reading, she felt as though someone was standing behind her. When she turned, no one was there. Sarah too began hearing odd sounds. Sometimes faint ticking of a clock echoed in their room, even though they didn't have one. The sound would grow louder and louder, as if something unseen was playing hide-and-seek with them. One evening, their history book, the one they brought from Grandma's house, fell to the floor by itself. Startled, they picked it up. One page was folded. When they opened it, their hearts froze. The same strange code was written on it, bigger and more complex this time. As they tried to make sense of it, the ticking sound grew deafening, filling the whole room. "It's the same shadow," Lily whispered, trembling. "It's following us." "But what does it want?" Sarah asked fearfully. Suddenly the lights went out. The room plunged into darkness. In the faint moonlight through the window, they saw the book's pages turning on their own. The code began glowing. A whisper echoed. "Knowledge. Power. It's yours." Lily remembered Grandma had left them the book to fight the shadow. But now that same knowledge was turning into danger. The shadow wanted them to read the code, because it contained an even more powerful spell. "We have to go back to Grandma's house," Lily said firmly. "We need to understand why she left this book to us and what this code means." Sarah was terrified, but she trusted her sister. They decided to leave before sunrise. The next morning, they rode their bicycles through the forest to Grandma's house. The road was the same, but everything felt different. The air carried a strange hum. When they arrived, the door was open. Inside, everything was the same, except one thing. The old clock was gone. As they searched the house, Sarah noticed something on the basement door, a symbol drawn in dust, an arrow pointing downward. "Let's go," Lily said. In the basement, it was dim and eerie. There was no clock, but in the center lay an old wooden chest, covered in the same code. They opened it and found a small, glowing key inside. Beneath it was a note in Grandma's handwriting. "Find the clock and silence it. Your punishment of tickling has awakened it." Lily and Sarah gasped. It meant Grandma had given them the tickling punishment to awaken the shadow, so they could destroy it forever. Suddenly, a cold gust of wind blew. They turned and saw the shadow, larger than ever, spreading across the wall. "You awakened it," the shadow hissed, "and now it will take your souls." Sarah shut her eyes in fear, but Lily held the key tightly. She remembered Grandma's words. "Light of knowledge, drive away the dark." The key wasn't just for silencing the clock. It was the key to the secret of time. She clenched the key and opened the history book. "Sarah, come on!" Lily shouted. "This time the punishment isn't for us, it's for the shadow." Together they chanted louder than ever. "Light of knowledge, drive away the dark." Power of words, break every mark. The key glowed bright, filling the basement with light. The shadow screamed in pain, retreating. Lily raised the glowing key high, and it transformed into a sword of light. She swung it, slashing the shadow apart. With a final shriek, the shadow vanished. Now only Lily and Sarah stood in the basement. Their history book, no, their book of knowledge, was safe in their hands. They returned home, but they were no longer ordinary girls. They had unlocked the doors to an unseen world. And with this, the video ends here. And if you enjoyed it, we kindly request, if you're visiting the channel for the first time, please like the video and subscribe. Thank you.